I'm going to talk about Hamilton because, yes, for whatever reason, I have a tremendous amount of Hamilton merchandise, and I don't know why. I forgot I also have the hat, the A. Ham hat. So, does this make me a stan? So, I wanted to talk about my experience with the musical Hamilton because I like Hamilton. When I went to see it, I was expecting good things. I was expecting like it to be phenomenal, like everyone had said. I just really wasn't ready for the level of phenomenal it was going to be. I went to see it this past January whenever it was on tour, before before COVID. Rest in peace, all kinds of theater everywhere. That's so dumb. Of course it was before COVID. I went to see it before everything got shut down. It was probably one of the best theater experiences I've had in my life. I know that's kind of like a dumb thing to say because, like, it's Hamilton. I was really surprised. I listened to the soundtrack and it was a pretty big fan of it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the blending of hip hop and a bunch of other genres. But when I got there, the atmosphere was just like so cool because it's like seeing a mythical animal. It's hyped up like it's this huge deal. And honestly, it's for good reason. The show was phenomenal. The cast was great for the most part. The ensemble members were probably my favorite part. I don't think I've seen a better ensemble in a show before. Granted, I've never really seen any professional theater. I've mainly just seen community theater. Oops. My favorite actor was probably the guy who played Samuel Seabury. Not Samuel Seabury. Was it? George Eaker, the guy who played him, the ensemble member. I think his performance stood out in like the two lines that he had. I think for the common theater goer, you don't really think of the ensemble as like the stars of the show. But in all reality, man, the ensembles were the stars of the show. The choreography, how it was more like symbolic choreography, I guess. The choreography was amazing. It complemented the show so well. And it basically fit the whole aesthetic of it not being super descriptive and detailed in the costuming and the set. It really had this air of vagueness, which made the show just 100%, 10 times better. If you had these styles of music and then you had it in a uber realistic costume set and very, very detailed costumes, it would really clash. But everything is so vague that it really, really, really it made the show 10 times better. And so whenever I saw, especially at the end, spoiler alert, I mean, who hasn't seen, like, it's on Disney Plus. I'm gonna talk about that eventually, but like right now I'm talking about when I went to see it on tour, so be patient. That part blew me away, because of course you've heard the soloists and you hear the leads. They're all phenomenal. Man, the ensemble though, a good ensemble can make or break a show. And I feel like that was probably the thing that stood out to me the most whenever I went to see it live. Just especially at the end during Hurricane, whenever the movement in the choreo and all the blocking was very, very like interpretive, I guess, or what's the word? Like, I don't know. But it fit the show so well. Of course, all the show-stopping numbers like Nonstop and My Shot and all that stuff, those were just like, I had chills, man. I wanted to like just stand up and stay standing the entire show. It was insane. It was like seeing it live was a completely different experience than, of course, watching the pro shot. Whenever Philip died, spoiler alert, that hit harder than I thought it would be. Like, I've listened to the song, but whenever I actually got in there and actually that part came, I was like, I was crying. I do not cry. I do not cry when listening to cast recordings. I do not cry when seeing shows. I've only full out cried twice, and that was during that part in Hamilton. It was a little cry, and watching the Dear Evan Hansen bootleg, I literally full out sobbed during that. But it was just overall amazing. Now, comparing that to the pro shot on Disney Plus, even though I had already seen it live whenever I first heard the pro shot was going to be available on Disney Plus, I'm sorry, the Hamilton film, I was still very excited to see one because it was the OBC and not the touring cast, but I was really excited to just see the close up and really focus on the performances of the leads. So seeing just really being blown away by mainly the ensemble and the dancing and the big ensemble numbers from the touring cast, mixed with really being able to see the minute details of the characterization and all the character choices by the leads in the pro shot, I feel like that is like the perfect blend to form an opinion on Hamilton. And my goodness, seeing both those two things combined bumped up Hamilton to one of my favorite musicals. I don't say favorite, like top tier musicals I've seen. It's not one of the musicals wherever I will like just personal favorite, like Newsies or Dear Evan Hansen for me. I know I'm basic. Just overall quality, top tier musical. I'm just stating the obvious at this point. That's all I'm doing. Literally, I'm just stating the obvious. Dude, I'm literally forgetting the name. I'm a bad theater kid. Don't kill me. Chris Jackson. Dude, oh my goodness. I straight up forgot that. One last time. Probably one of my favorite numbers in the entire show. Oh my goodness. That's all I have to say. Just yes. Those are my thoughts on like the overall show. Just like phenomenal. Love it. I know it's an insanely hot take. Like the hottest take ever. Hamilton is good. Hamilton's good. Yeah, so that's basically all my thoughts. That's all I can basically say at this point. Bye. Like and subscribe if you love me. Mwah.